Hello ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to some more Slay the Spire, where as promised we're going to be doing some Ironclad. Also, you may notice something different about this screen. We have access to Ascension Mode. So, this makes the game more difficult, and every time we beat it on Ascension Mode it goes up a level, which makes it even more difficult. Runs get harder as you win, doesn't affect win streak. So Ascension Mode 1 is elites spawn more often. I think we're up for that. Let's go ahead and take off. Yes, another try. So, we could lose our starting relic like we did the last time with the Silent, or we could lose half our HP and gain 250 gold, get a random common relic, or obtain a rare card. I'm a little more reluctant to let our starting relic go with the Ironclad. Having this relic is important for a lot of Ironclad builds that include using cards that hurt ourselves. So I think I'm up for either the 250 gold or a random common relic. Can we see the map? We can. Awesome. Did not realize you could do that. So we can hit a shop fairly early. We can go shop, elite, campfire, elite, another shop if we want to, and a third elite. I think I've talked myself into it. We're going to take 50% HP damage and gain 250 gold, and try to concentrate on not taking any damage at first so that we can heal ourselves through burning blood. We do want to face as many elites as possible, also get as many question marks as possible. So let's go this route. Right, so a little bit of a balance here. This guy buffs himself with 3 strength every turn after the first turn. So we do want to get him dead as fast as possible. Where he's not attacking this first turn, we absolutely want to bash and strike. So the vulnerable will last one more turn. Really doubt we can kill him this next turn. 6 incoming. I think we're just going to take 1 damage and strike, and now we're in a really good position to kill him next turn. Our deck's empty, so we're shuffling everything back in. And if we take no more damage, we will have netted 5 life this combat. And we can indeed kill it. Awesome. On our way back to full health, hopefully. So, headbutt is great, cleave is okay, disarm is almost a must-have. In an Ironclad deck, it's good against a whole lot of stuff. Headbutt is also great, but I think I'm going to take disarm, as I tend to see that a lot less than I do headbutt. I think the blue is denoting it's an uncommon card. I'm not really sure about color, but I think that gray is common and blue is uncommon. So we'll take the disarm. That will help us prevent damage upcoming to heal. Alright, we started off with disarm. So we can actually disarm, strike this one because it's buffing. We want to try to kill it next turn and then defend for the full boat. So we'll disarm. Actually, we should have disarmed this one if we're going to try to kill this one. That was silly, but I think this one's getting a strength buff. So maybe that'll work out if we aren't able to actually kill it outright next turn. But yeah, I should have disarmed this one. Yep. Grow, so it only got 1 strength where we disarmed it. And we can indeed kill it. This will kill it outright. And then we can apply a strike here. This one's buffing itself. We have a defend coming. Unless we get really bad RNG, we should be able to kill this one next turn. 2 strikes should do it. Except we're weak. So it actually wasn't buffing itself. I must have misread the intent. We still got it though. 3 strikes get the job done. And we are on our way. Alright, blood for blood's good if we can get into a damage ourself type of deck. Battle Trance is good in just about everything the Ironclad does. Also, Flame Barrier is great. In general, the higher cost cards for the Ironclad are really good. We do want to get some more energy at some point if we get offered a relic that does that. And on the Ironclad, in fact, the Velvet Choker that only allows us to play 6 cards per turn is not nearly as bad as it is on the Silent, because we typically don't play 50 cards in a turn. But right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Battle Trance. 1 Battle Trance is always fine. Then we're going to keep on to the shop. We have a ton of gold to spend thanks to our bonus at the start. Unfortunately, we don't have a 10 power attack, so we can't get the extra gold. So, do we want to take damage to remove a card in our deck? What have we picked up so far? Battle Trance and Disarm, which aren't actually replacing our attacks and defends. We do have 1 fewer defend than we do attack, so maybe just in the effort of rebalancing. Yeah, let's do it. We will take out a strike to kind of more balance our deck out. Also, getting rid of these basic cards in favor of non-basic cards is generally a good strategy. Alright, let's see what we've got on offer here. With almost 400 gold. So we can upgrade 2 random skills. That's kind of meh. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy in 1 card. That is a really good relic for us. Also, whenever we take damage, deal 3 damage back. So, we can't get both of these. Unfortunately, I would like to have both of these, but for sure I want the potential for energy and card draw, so we'll take that. We could also get some of this stuff. Flex is great if we can pick up a limit break to double our strength, because that way we can flex. And even though we lose it at the end of turn, we will double that and keep the extra. Havoc's okay in an exhaust deck, or if you've got the relic to where you can see the exact order of your deck when you look at it. Heavy Blade is good with strength stuff, but we don't have any strength going on yet. Deep Breath is fine. It is deck cycling, but I don't think it's worth buying. We could also remove another card, but I think we're just going to hold on to this gold. If we can pick up upwards of, say, 200, we might stop at another shop further on, so let's just leave. Then we for sure want to start hitting these elites, even though we just spent some health to remove a card. Okay. So we could take a lot of damage here trying to get a relic. I think it's worth the risk. If this kills us, we'll just start over again. It's early enough in the run that I think it's worth taking these risks. Didn't get it that time, another 4. Didn't get it that time, another 5. Got it. We got Kunai, which is awesome. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Its counterpart, Shuriken, I think it is, also gives you 1 strength every time you play, I think 3 attacks. So we would love to have both of those if we can swing it. And, do we risk the elite on 32? Yep, I think we got to. We want all the relics we can get. We probably want to hold off popping this until after we can disarm it, so let's just end the turn. Battle Trance. Alright. So we can disarm and double strike to pop it. I think that's fine. Best case scenario for us would probably have been triple strike it, or maybe we should have just bashed. That wouldn't have dealt damage, but it would have applied the vulnerable, and then we could have done a ton of damage next turn, potentially 1 strike at least coming. Either way, I think we're fine here. This will make it to where we can concentrate on dealing damage a bit more. Well, 16 is incoming. We don't want to take too long on this fight, because once it gets its debuffs going multiple times, we just can't even finish the fight. That said, I think we can afford to block for 5 and then get our vulnerability up so that we can deal hopefully a ton of damage next turn. We've got 3 strikes coming for sure, as well as a battle trance. Alright. I don't think there's even any use to battle trance here. We're going to defend and double strike for 9 each. So we'll be taking 11. This puts us to 10. It's a little risky. We could battle trance trying to draw another defend. Yeah, let's do that. And we did. So, it sucks. We're still going to take 6. We'll deal 9. He's going to debuff. You're coming up probably this next turn, which will give us a chance to unload on him even without the vulnerability. Yeah, so he's going to give us -1 dex, -1 strength, which is why we can't afford to let this battle go on too long. Alright, well he just minused our strength. Oh, we gained a dex, so that canceled that out. That's good. That is good. Battle trance, just to see what options we have. So, I think we defend. Do we want to take 11? It'll take us to 4. This is not going incredibly well. We'll still take 6 if we double defend. We've got 2 defends coming up. I think we take it this turn. I think we have to. End turn. And we may be about to die here. We were at pretty low health going in. 16 incoming, which means we have to block 3 times. And we can't. So, we are dead. Alright, no big deal. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's worth taking risks early on to try to get a good run. We will begin again. On the Ironclad, keep Ascension Mode. Let's try it again. So we probably won't get a buff this time. Yep, because we didn't reach the boss. Kinda sad, but it's fine. Maybe we shouldn't have taken the gold. So we still want to hit elites. We can go 2 question marks, elite. We can hit another elite, or we can go question mark and then an elite here. So 2 elites in that direction, or we could go 1, 2, 3 elites this way. Could also hit a campfire here instead of the question mark if we wanted to. Yeah, I think we're going to go for the 3 elites. Starting at full health this time because we didn't take a bargain. So we will bash and strike to get their block. Alright, getting weakened. We may not be able to pull off a kill on one of these things, depending on what we draw this next turn. 2 strikes though, so we should be able to kill 1. And this is the one we want to kill, as that will make us able to totally block everything coming in. Excellent. And that is that. Good first combat. So, Whirlwind is great with strength. Inflame gives us the strength that makes Whirlwind great. Shrug It Off is a much better block card than our basic defends. Still, I think Inflame is the way that we want to go here. And then we will head on up. Alright, so 75% to become cursed with Normality. Normality is not as bad on the Ironclad as it is on the Silent. It's still pretty bad though. We could upgrade a card and only have a 25% chance to become cursed. I think this early on, with the potential of removing this at shops, and the fact that we're on the Ironclad, so we're hardly ever going to play more than 3 cards in a turn anyway, starting out, I think going for the Relic is worth it. So we get normality, almost a certainty there. So now we start off with an extra dex each combat, which is awesome. Gives us extra blocking power with our defensive cards. Alright, so now we can upgrade a card or go ahead and get rid of that curse. And I think you know what I'm going to do. Goodbye normality. Good deal. Let's head on. Alright, Slaver, this guy can attack for a lot of damage at times, which it is. Thankfully, it's only going to deal 6 with our defend. We're going to go ahead and bash so that we can deal some extra damage next turn. We've got potential of drawing 2 strikes. The Inflame may come also. Remember, when we look at our deck, unless we have the artifact that lets us see it in exact order, it just shows the cards. We don't know what actually is coming up next turn. We did get the Inflame. So, I think we want to not take any more damage so that we can full heal. So we're going to Inflame and double defend. And pass. So we're getting a negative effect here, which is weakness. So we're going to deal less damage. The strength helps to offset that a bit. We got 12 incoming. So 2 defends with our dexterity takes care of that. We'll go ahead and hit for 6. Our weakness will wear off this next turn. 7 incoming this time. Well, we can block 6 of it for sure. So we could do 16, or we could do 10 and add vulnerable. I think we're going to do 10 and add vulnerable. That way, if we happen to get 3 strikes in our hand next turn, we can outright kill it. Of course, it's going to weaken us, so we can't. Still, I think that's fine. Alright, 12 incoming. We're doing 9. No, we still can. It still lets us. 3 times 9 is 27. Good deal. Got out of that with only 1 less than max health. Energy potion is great. So now we have the option of Whirlwind. I quite like Whirlwind. Especially if we can get some energy relics. Upgraded, it's even better. So let's take that. With strength builds, you generally want to get cards that do damage multiple times, because then you get the strength bonus applied to each time it damages them. Cards like Boomerang Sword, Twin Strike, stuff like that. So I think we want to... So we could do 15 damage with that. Or we could just block all the incoming damage and strike, which I think is fine. Whirlwind's better once we get our Inflame cast. Alright, there's our Inflame. We'll go ahead and bash. It's going to up its strength and get some block next turn. Alright, 14 incoming. 2 blocks just about gets rid of all of that. We can't quite kill it, I don't think. No, we can. We absolutely can. Thank you to Vulnerable and Inflame. Still staying at max. Don't think I want another Whirlwind yet. Heavy Blade's good in a strength build. Battle Trance is great. Heavy Blade's a common card, so it's much more likely that we'll be able to get that in the future, so I think we're going to go ahead and take Battle Trance this time. Then we will head on to our Elite fight at full health, so we should have a much easier time this go-round. And it's Goblin Knob. Let's go ahead and Battle Trance. Well, we didn't get the Inflame, which was what I was digging for, but we can go ahead and bash and strike. We could also just pop our energy potion and get a bigger Whirlwind. We definitely want to Inflame, so every skill that we play with this guy, he'll get +2 strength. So I think we're best off just going ahead and taking the 6 damage here and dealing as much damage as we can. we are going to heal 6 after every combat, so we can much more afford to take damage on the Ironclad than we can the Silent. 21 incoming. Battle Trance. We did not draw Whirlwind, which is kinda sad. So we could block, which will just up his strength, and he'll do more damage this turn and each upcoming turn. Yeah, I think, again, we're just going to deal as much damage as possible. Could pop this energy potion to deal 8 more. We've got Whirlwind coming up next turn. I think that's going to be good enough. We'll deal 7 damage 3 times, which is 21 damage. Should easily be enough to kill it. And there we go. Not too awfully bad. Upon pickup, choose a power card. At the start of each combat, this card will be in your opening hand. We can make this be sure that we always get Inflamed starting out, but let's look at our card first. Immolate. Exhaust 1 card. If the chosen card was a status or curse, deal 10 to all enemies. This is better in a deck that's using Evolve to add wounds to our deck and draw extra cards. Then we can almost always exhaust a status. Wild Strike is also synergistic with that style of deck. However, we're not really on anything specific yet except for strength, so I think Headbutt is just a good generic attack. We'll take that. So Bottle Tornado, only have one choice, but it's a good one. And we'll keep going. Alright, we do want to try to kill both of these in the same turn if possible, but if it's not, then it's not too awfully bad. So we could pop our energy and do, let's see, it would be 7 if we inflame, and that would give us 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Yep, I think that's worth it to just not take damage and heal for our elite fight coming up. So, goodbye, fellas. And you can see why Whirlwind is so good with strength, especially if we can get some relics to give us some more energy. Sword Boomerang is also good with strength. However, I think a Singleton Armament is good in just about any deck. Especially upgraded, it will upgrade all the cards in our hand. However, it is common. Of course, Sword Boomerang is too. But we don't want to unbalance our deck. Right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 offensive cards and only 4 defensive cards, so I think that dictates we have to take the armaments here, just to make it less likely that we'll have turns that we have no defensive cards when we actually need them. Then we're going to hit this elite. And this, in my opinion, is the hardest elite on this floor, just because it's doing 3 things every turn. Well, for sure we want to armaments. And I think we're going to upgrade Inflame to get the extra strength. Then we're going to Inflame. We've got 6 block already. We could get 12, which doesn't cancel all this out. We need to get some of these things dead, so let's start dealing damage and just take a little. We could Poison Potion, but these things have artifacts, so it's just going to negate that. Dazed? Sure. A whole lot better now that these add Dazed instead of Wounds to your deck. So Whirlwind seems pretty good. Of course, that would make us take 24 damage. We would deal 24 back to all of them. Could just deal 16 and go ahead and defend for 6. 24 damage to everything, though, puts a lot of stuff in kill range, so let's get low, shall we? No use to cast Battle Trance when we can't use whatever it was going to pull anyway. Yep, 28. Low health for sure. Only 8 coming in this time. And we can actually kill this thing. So we could bash, but we can actually kill 2 of these. So I think that that's better than applying Vulnerable, which is going to get negated by the artifact anyway. And overall, I think we've prevented more damage with that Whirlwind and not defending than we would have just blocking. That is unfortunate. Let's block 6. deal 9. We should be able to get the kill next turn. We have a good selection of attacks in our deck. So taking an extra 2 here, would have liked to get out of this combat without taking that additional 2. Let's just kill it dead. Molten Egg, we get to upgrade an attack. See what our card is. Anger's fine. It's a lot better than I originally thought it was when I first started playing this. It's perfectly a reasonable card. So is Brutality if you're on a deck that wants to hurt yourself and gain benefit from it. However, with where we're going with a little bit of strength going on right now, I think Twin Strike is our choice here. So we'll take that. The question is, which attack do we upgrade? I think we upgrade Whirlwind. This will make it base 8 damage to all enemies, which is incredible. And we'll proceed. What is our boss, by the way? Hexaghost. I tend to fight Hexaghost on this first floor more than any other boss. Don't know why that is. Just randomness, I guess. We do want to hit this campfire. I don't know that we want to heal, though if we're going to fight another elite, we probably do. So yeah, let's go this direction. Singing Bowl. When you skip a card reward, increase your max HP by 2. Excellent. Good artifact there, or relic, as they're actually called. So I think we do have to rest here. Unfortunately, I would like to just upgrade a card. Just want to be able to for sure kill this elite that's coming up. Alright, these guys. Whirlwind off the top. And indeed. So, Inflame Whirlwind. Bam. And that's what I'm talking about. So, do we want a second armaments? Probably not. Feel no pain. We're not really in an exhaust type thing yet. Don't think we've got the energy, and we're not guaranteed to get more energy to make rage work, so we're going to skip this and just take the HP upgrade. Glad we got that Singing Bowl early on. Alright, Goblin Knob again. We are going to do a lot of damage here, hopefully. See, I think we're going to go ahead and strike. Then we're going to headbutt just to get our strike back. Make sure we can deal some more damage next turn. And we probably will take a bit of damage this fight. I think that's going to be fine. The question is, do we want to take 14? So we're dealing 8 here. We could do 24, which is almost half of what he's got going on. I think I would actually like to double defend here if we can. And we can. Actually. Armaments. And I could upgrade Twin Strike, but I think I'm going to err on the side of trying to take no damage. We're going to upgrade this Defend, and Twin Strike for 14. Seems good. That did up his strength a bit. And we're still going to take 5. So maybe I shouldn't have been playing the skills there. Battle Trance also gave it some strength. Whirlwind is going to do 30. Can we afford to take 12? So we could also bash for 10 and then deal 12 with this because of the vulnerable, which would set up next turn. Yeah, at this point I don't think we want to defend anymore. 30 will take it to 22. 3 strikes. Any 3 attacks will kill it then. Yeah, let's go ahead and Whirlwind. Maybe should have popped the regen potion here, just to top our health off a little bit. 18 incoming, but it doesn't matter because he is dead. Feeling pretty good about this build this time. Calipers. Oh, that is excellent for a block build that doesn't manage to get a barricade. Don't know that that's going to happen for us. A second regen potion is fine. So this is a good card for a block deck. So we could be sort of a hybrid strength block. Also, Ghostly Armor is just a great defend card. We just need to make sure and play it every turn, because if we leave it in our hand, then it exhausts for that combat. Yep, I think we're going to take Ghostly Armor. head to our campfire. And this time we are definitely going to smith. Question is, what do we upgrade? I think our upgrade here has to be armaments. Upgrading the whole hand for the rest of combat seems awesome for us. Let's go ahead and do that. Then on to a basic combat. A thief and a slime. Well, we want to kill him before he runs, for sure. So armaments is going to upgrade stuff. We want to play the ghostly armor because we don't want it to exhaust. There's 18 incoming. So even though we want to do a bunch of damage to him so he can't run away with our gold, I think we probably just want to armaments, ghostly armor, and inflame this turn to set up for the rest of this combat. So we want to concentrate on this one first. Unfortunately, I think this slime makes us frail. No, don't know what it did there. It probably said and I just missed it. So we have no block here. We can bash for 11 and then hit for 14. Or it might be 13. I can't remember if it's rounded up or down from the vulnerable. Let's battle trance. Whirlwind's probably the better play here because it will outright kill this slime. Yep, we'll go ahead and take a little damage. That is fine. Should be able to kill this guy next turn. Yeah, should be able to, no problem. Yeah, and we see here how taking damage on the Ironclad is not nearly as detrimental as it is on the Silent. So we got some good potions to start off our boss combat. Coming up. Ancient Potion is a newer potion. Gives us 1 artifact. Don't think I want it over what we've got here though at present, because the Hexaghost doesn't really inflict any status on us. Body Slam kind of goes with a block deck. Don't know if we're quite to that level yet. Clothesline is fine, applies 2 weak. This time though, I think I'm going to go with the Anger. We don't know if we're going to get any extra energy adding stuff yet, and I don't want to make our costs too high, just in case we never get a relic that gives us more energy. And we'll skip that potion. We'll go here, and we are not going to heal. We're going to smith. We could upgrade Ghostly Armor to 13 block. We could upgrade the Inflame to 3 strength. Upgrade Battle Trance to draw 4 cards. Anger would deal 6 damage. I think we want the extra strength. So we're going to upgrade Inflame. And fingers crossed that we can still win this combat. We should be able to. We definitely want to pop some potions. We'll drink a regen potion, throw a poison potion, get that started counting down. Well, as much as I don't want to play a block on the first turn since he is doing his little buff, we are going to inflame Ghostly Armor so it doesn't exhaust from our deck and deal 9. And end the turn. If the combat's still going, when our regen runs out, then I'll pop the other potion if we need to. So we've got 30 incoming here. So we do want to block for as much as we can. And then we'll go ahead and headbutt because it's the most damage. We will add back Ghostly Armor. That should cover his attack next turn. Yeah, 10 this time, so Ghostly Armor gets that done. Bash for the Vulnerable is probably a good play. 16 damage, but this sets us up for next turn for Whirlwind. So let's do that. We'll bash and Anger. Get a copy of Anger. Alright, no damage this turn. That's great. Another 10 coming in. We could armaments first. This is going to do 16 for each energy. I think the armaments is worth it. Then we will Whirlwind and Anger. Adding more Angers. And in the turn. Take a little bit of damage here. got it just about to half-life. It's only on its second green flame, so that's good for us. No attacks incoming this turn, however, we don't want our ghostly armor to be gone. It's a little unfortunate. So it's definitely going to attack next turn. We want to headbutt, get our ghostly armor back, then we'll strike and pass. Yep, Inflame, adding some strength there. 14 incoming. This takes care of most of it, so we can afford to just go ahead and deal some damage here. And we do want to go ahead and pop our other potion just in case this combat goes south. And fingers crossed for an energy relic here after we beat this boss. So, we don't have vulnerable. This would be 33 damage. We could defend. And then whirlwind for 22 plus an anger. I think that's fine. Whirlwind and anger are a pretty good combination. Also, if we get enough anger in our deck, then battle trancing into a ton of angers is awesome. In fact, let's see what we can pull off here. We got one anger. So we could bash, anger, strike. There's only 8 damage coming in this turn, as well as a debuff. I think it's actually going to add a burn and not affect our stats, if I remember correctly. So I think we can take 8 here. Let's bash. Anger. And we want to headbutt for whirlwind. And that should kill it because it's vulnerable. Coming up next turn. Yep, burn. Never going to draw that burn because you, my friend, are dead. Well, we got off to a pretty rocky start, but I think that this particular run is in good shape at present. So, bludgeon is so-so. I really only like bludgeon when we're in a really heavy strength deck with cards like Spot Weakness. Also, we need more energy to make that work. Juggernaut is okay if we go that direction. We do have the ghostly armor. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Juggernaut. May not work out for us. And then, Black Star is awesome. We get 2 relics from every elite. White Beast statue is so-so. Potions are great. But I think we've got to go for Runic Dome again. The extra energy is just too good. Look, what's on this floor? Looks like we're up against the Collector here. And extra elites coming up, which we will face next time. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. It really does help tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.